Oh dear, this used to be the old St John ambulance shed where I can always remember as a young whippersnapper, used to be two old couple used to sit here and offer assistance to anyone that had stubbed their toe or sand in their eyes or anything like that. Alright, you beautiful people of the interwebs, we're back down on the beach here at Ferryside. We thought we'd go and check out the aftermath of Storm Eunice. Quite unusual. I'm on top of the bridge here. As we can see, the signals, well, the gates are down, but it's not signalling a train from any direction, so not sure what's going on there, but I'm on foot so it doesn't bother me. I'm walking over the bridge. There's a hell of a lot of cars waiting to get across that level crossing right there, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but let's have a little look at the damage that's been done. Wind's died down a hell of a lot now as well. There will still be a bit of wind noise on the mic, but it shouldn't be as bad as the one I had yesterday. And big thank you as well to all the people that watched the video yesterday. Got a lot of views there, over 1,500 views so far, which is pretty good for one of my videos. Like I say, I normally do fishing videos, but I thought I'd just come. So let's have a little look here. You can see all this detritus and bits of wood that have all been washed up. Nothing too serious there. Oh, a couple of the big stones have washed off the groin here. I thought that might happen actually. Let's go down and have a little look at the stones down here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that a couple of these stones have been moved. This one definitely is moved. So it's obviously got pushed off. You can see that they're no longer part of the main stack here of the, call it a groin, call it a, there is another name for it, can't remember off the top of my head in a minute. There's a lot more stone here now as well. That's obviously been uncovered. The sand has been moved away. That'll actually help my fishing, to be honest. On the lower tides, I think I'll come and spin off a couple of these rocks now. We've got stone here. It'll encourage the bass in. So it's pretty much stone all the way down now to the end there, where it used to be the old barrel post, which got swept away many years ago. So we're going to take a little bit more of a walk down. I particularly want to go and check out that sand dune area. And what I'll probably do is I'll leave the camera running for now, and we'll just post-edit it to shorten the video, because no one wants to watch me or listen to me talking as I ramble down the beach for about 10 minutes. If I do come across anything interesting, I will stop and we'll have a little look. Oh, this is quite interesting. Look how the water's cut through here. Obviously, as the water's been draining away, it's cut a great big, almost looks like an earthquake fault, doesn't it? That'll soon get swallowed up in the next few tides as the sand just naturally evens back out. Just thought it was quite interesting though. So the pier's held up fairly well, or the jetty. No physical signs of major damage on that. It's getting quite old now as well, but that's stood the test of time. See some guys helping clean up the slipway here. Slipway, a lot of stones on the slipway. Nothing major. Just the odd one or two stones. Oh, we've got a dead sheep. Oh dear, not very good. Poor bugger. Should have been wearing his life jacket, shouldn't he? Can't be helped though. Obviously come from upriver. That is a shame. I would have thought that somebody's probably taken the tag number and already called it in. And of course this time of year, sheep like that are usually pregnant as well, because they'll be lambing soon. But double tragedy there. So here's the boat, or what's left of it, and like I say in the video yesterday, all we could see was the top of the crane sticking out of the water. So it's considerably less water here today because the tide's gone out. And as we can see, it's slowly getting dismantled. One of the local guys is grabbing it up for scrap, so it won't be wasted. It won't just end up fouling the sea. It'll end up being recycled and made into Pepsi cans or whatever they do with recycled steel or iron. See the remains of the engine room there. Nice smell of oil from it. Yeah, hell of a smell of oil from it actually. One less thing polluting the ocean. I'm talking about ocean pollution. Lovely big plastic bag half buried in the sand here. So you can see some of the big logs that were floating in the water yesterday have come ashore over here. Nothing too mental. I did see a couple of guys earlier, they were chainsawing away, grabbing themselves some logs. The only thing with using driftwood like this for logs for your fire is they do have a bit of salt in them, and it can kind of mess up your chimneys a little bit, so you shouldn't really use logs like that all the time. Now this one looks like a creosoted log. Surely it can't be. Let's do a little sniff test. No, it's just the way it's coloured. Nice piece of driftwood actually, make a nice bench if you cut that in the right place. Right, we'll carry on down. I want to get to the sand dunes and see the damage on them. Hi Katie, you right? God, it's got destroyed, didn't it? It'll be cutting through. Next thing you know, it'll be on the railway. The thing is, years ago, the railway used to look after this, but no, that's for certain. It'll be to their own detriment in the end, because it'll end up washing away the railway. Yeah, what they need is something like some nice old 8x4 boards, put them up and then backfill it with some of the stones and stuff off the beach, and then just grab a little bit of sand from the slipways and stick it on the top, so hopefully just to shore it up, but it needs it all the way down. It's a shame really, isn't it, because it's... No, that's what I mean. Well, look at that, that's... What was it? It was about to where that red brick was, wasn't it, before the storms? So it's gone from there, what's that, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, so that's more than 8 foot, but it's pushed back there now. So it was in line with the stones here, wasn't it? And then going from the stone. Yeah, well, this would, as you can see, they're all old railway sleepers and old railway tracks that were originally made to protect it. But of course, railway being sort of privatised company now, no one really cares. When it was all public companies, they all sort of looked after each other. But there we are, so is the way of the world. And of course, over the years, people have been stealing these for their gardens. I've seen it, especially many years ago. People used to come down with a chainsaw and cut a few because they like them for the gardens, don't they? Well, yeah, they were expensive. They don't use wooden ones anymore, do they? They all use concrete ones on the railway. So. Yeah, so people walking their dogs will be a bit upset now. It'll be a bit tricky. You used to be able to drive a car all the way down here once. There we go. That was the part I was worried about. So as you can see, guys, some serious damage there. That was the bit I was definitely worried about. So the foreshore is held up pretty well, but this part of the village, you know, we're cutting through now. That's major sand dune damage, that's environmental damage gone on there. Like I said years ago, this is all built up by the railway, but now it hasn't been maintained. Must be 60 years, it's probably done in the 60s, 70s, somebody older than me might know. But like I say, all my life it's been there. And it's just gradually degraded and degraded over the years. I think we can see here as well, this part has collapsed in on itself. You can see the damage. Look, this tree here, that was helping hold the sand dunes back, that's all given away, it's come down. So this is the big shame. I say underneath this, it was just basically all old rock and old crap that no one wanted. They backfilled it. This was all wooden sleeper wall, and then just put sand on the top, and eventually it became nice sand dunes. So such a shame. The old environmental agency are too busy trying to find farmers for, you know, little breach of cow shit in the stream, but you know, the real environmental damage is being done here by nature, and no one wants to take accountability for it. Such a shame, really. You know, these big government quangos with plenty of money floating about them, they'd rather spend it on senior executives and CEOs and fleets of electric cars, which, yes, they're zero emission. Electric cars are zero emission, but the amount of environmental damage and the amount of carbon footprint to actually build an electric car means you've got to drive it for over 70,000 miles before you start breaking even again. Crazy world. Fair play to the guys over there cleaning up all the stone. Sorry, I just talked to the camera, mate. Just saying what a great job you're doing.
Thank you.
So they're just cleaning up all the stones and everything. Oh, barriers are still down. That was the roof that come off in Storm Arwen, that was. So looks like it's fared better this time round, but still in progress job. Oh dear, this used to be the old St John ambulance shed, where I can always remember as a young whippersnapper, used to be two old couple used to sit here and offer assistance to anyone that had stubbed their toe or sand in their eyes or anything like that. But it looks like that's got a bit of a rough time. I know it was for sale at one time. Oh, it's got its own electric, or it had its own electric. Oh, there's documents and stuff in there. Oh, that's a shame. It's had a good old battering, hasn't it? Make a nice little beach hut for someone. Right, I think that's about it, guys, so I'm going to shoot off now. Right, so that's been Glyn on Cheapskate Fishing. Thank you for coming back and watching one of my videos. I'm going to leave you with that, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Hopefully next one I'll be out doing a bit of fishing. March is slowly approaching where I can start getting the spinning rods ready and having a little look for a bass or two. But for now, we'll just do these sort of vloggy style things. This is probably my last video until I actually go out fishing. Alright, see you on the next one. Bye now.